Here's a Beyond the Pitch podcast quick hit from the WVSA Digital Network.
One of the first things that I tell coaches of adolescents is you have got to know your player. It sounds almost like throwaway advice, like, oh, of course I've got to know my player. But if you want to communicate effectively, you need to know what it is that your player can handle. Is your player the kind of player who, when they're under pressure, can only handle hearing one or two things from you at a time, or do they need a long explanation for why it is that you got to the place that you're at in order to feel like, okay, I understand that, and now I can go follow through with it? Players have different preferences for the kind of feedback that they need, for the timing of when that feedback needs to come, for the tone that feedback needs to come in. All of those things are going to have an effect on how it is that you need to deliver your communication to be most effective to them. Knowing your player also means knowing what else is going on in their life, understanding the context of what it is that they're dealing with. It may not necessarily be that they're disrespecting you because they showed up to practice late, but dad lost his job in the pandemic and they're just trying to do what it is that they can to help shuttle siblings around or something like that. And having good open communication and understanding that context, I think, allows you to be a more effective and communicative coach. Thinking just even about word choice. There are some athletes who get really triggered by specific words because they've had coaches in the past that have not been associated with good experiences for them. And so knowing, okay, well, I can't really say the word burnout because that triggers my athlete to, start thinking back to 2 seasons ago when they felt really, really burned out because of all this stuff happening. Just knowing your athlete enough to know what kinds of words to use, when to use them, how to use them, what kinds of stances to take, when to talk to them, when not to talk to them, whether you should talk to them around others. All of those things are stuff that you as a coach need to learn to be effective in communicating with your athletes and in facilitating two-way communication, not just you talking to them, but also the other kind of critical part of that, which is listening. We don't listen enough to our athletes, and we need to do better.